All right, and Joseph, I mean, to be clear, Marche Jones has suffered punishment here, for sure, not in a court of law, but she has lost her baby. Do you think that prosecutors are going to proceed or lessen charges? Would you be surprised if they move forward with this?
Brianna, it's a tragic case, as you pointed out. It would be even more tragic if it's followed now by a criminal prosecution of Ms. Jones. I mean, the manslaughter laws are typically used in cases like driving while intoxicated, where it leads to a death, or discharging a firearm into a crowd of people and you shoot someone and kill them. That's the intent of these manslaughter laws. To use it in this way, with this sort of exaggerated argument that the person who perhaps started an argument with another person that led to a shooting, that led to the death of a fetus, it's really convoluted. It would be a difficult case. It would be a politically charged case. But most importantly, is it how we want to use our justice system? And I think a lot of people would feel very strongly this is not the intended use of those laws.
And as Martin said, when you look at the most restrictive abortion law that was just passed in Alabama, it's almost impossible to not conflate sort of what's happening here with that.
The prosecutor is saying one has nothing directly to do with the other. But you're right, it's hard to separate the fact that Alabama now has this extremely restrictive and no doubt unconstitutional abortion law mirrored up with this case in where the victim here is effectively an unborn baby. So it's really difficult to separate them, but it's clear to see the direction the state is going. And so what the prosecutor decides in the next couple of hours is going to say a lot about the direction of the state and what the state's residents and the American public are willing to put up with here.
You heard Martin say he's talking to people on the street. They say she started it. So if this does go to trial and she is before a jury of people from that community, what do you think might happen?
Well, I mean, I think that if the case was an assault case, so let's say you want to charge Ms. Jones with assaulting Ms. Jamison, and it was who started the fight, that's different, and I think a jury can come to that conclusion. Here, where you're saying, well, perhaps the start of this fight led to this outcome of a shooting that ricocheted and killed Ms. Jones's fetus, I mean, that's really a tough case, I think, to sell to a jury. So I think there's a very good chance that if this case does go forward, not only will it be supercharged politically, super in the headlines, there's a good chance it also loses.
All right, Joseph Moreno, thank you so much for your perspective. Martin Savage, thanks for your reporting.